my name is Clinton, and Disney has just announced that Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party has been officially canceled. I'm going to get in today of the facts of that and why it's happening, and my opinion on what this means for future Halloween events, such as Howl-O-Scream and Halloween Horror Nights. So starting off with the facts. Disney does, even in their normal park days, they do a lot of parades and fireworks to get people, crowded in, as much people as they can to watch all these things. And that can't really happen, obviously, so there's not a lot of social distancing you can do for a firework or parade. So I think because the event is so heavy on these things, the value of a ticket won't be as much to just have a bunch of decorations around Disney to certain people. So what this means for Halloween Horror Nights, I still believe the event is happening because it's not as mob heavy as Disney is right now. Halloween Horror Nights has a lot more haunted houses and scare zones, and what you can do is lower the capacity for the whole event and send people in. They do a conga line through the houses, send like a party in, 2 parties in at a time, but they have to remain separated. I know it might seem tough as just saying that, but I feel like they're smarter than we are right now. They're thinking of ideas of what they could do. So it's a lot easier to social distance that, and if the capacity is lowered, sending less people through will be about the same wait time anyway. As for scare zones, I think what they're doing, the meet and greets in the parks, they have characters up on the stage far away, and you're taking pictures at a distance. They can decorate everything the same, have all the scare zones fully decorated, but I think the scare actors will be on stages, or they might have some scare zones that rely heavily on masks. This would have been a great year for Vanity Ball last year, where they had kind of that doctor theme. Oh my gosh, everyone that put out a mask on. But I'm sure they're gonna have stages for them, and I truly feel like there might be 1 or 2 that they have, like, it's a mask heavy theme to where they can wear a mask and they can paint or do something with it. I don't know, not paint it, that'd be bad, but you know what I mean. Kind of decorate it to make it feel like it's part of the scare zone. I think they'll cut the amount of scare zones and maybe cut the amount of houses, but I think the event is still happening because it's less crowd heavy than Disney right now. Disney has stated, like I just said, it's because of the parades and everything, they can't do it. Usually Universal follows Disney, does everything they do, everything that Disney does. That's my one criticism of Universal. I wish they kind of stood more on their own leg, but I think this might be the one time where Universal kind of makes their own move. As we saw with opening their parks, they announced first they were doing June 5th. Granted, they have smaller parks and less parks, but they did it way before Disney. I was expecting Disney to announce in the day after Universal to do it, but I think Universal is kind of taking control of the situation, not in a bad way, but just kind of like, they're like, this is what we're gonna do. And I feel like they're gonna do the same thing with Halloween Horror Nights. I don't think Howl-O-Scream is happening because it doesn't have as much, not that fan base has to do with anything of it, but it's less of a blow to a lot of people to hear that Howl-O-Scream is canceled. Like, Busch Gardens can kind of get away with that a lot easier, whereas Universal has a lot of pressure from media, fans worldwide for the event to still happen. Whether that's good or not, I know a lot of people are still worried about traveling and people coming in and crowding the parks, but I think Universal, it's just such a big event. And even if they have to limit the capacity, I think canceling it would be a huge deal. And Mickey's Not So Scary is still a huge deal, but it's not as, like, it's fan driven for people who love the parks and that event. Whereas Halloween Horror Nights has those people where they love the parks and the event, but it draws in people who just go for the event every year because they love it so much. And that's more of from an emotional standpoint, mental standpoint. But I think it's still valid because it's a lot harder to cancel an event of that size, not in people, but more just in, like, people know it. So I think it's still going to happen, Halloween Horror Nights. I think Howl-O-Scream will get canceled, and obviously Mickey's Not So Scary has been canceled. That's all I have for today. This has been another theme park cut video, and any support helps. Be here from the beginning. Like, not every video is going to be like this, not just going to be in my room. I want to go to the parks. I want to get a better camera, better audio quality. So be here from the beginning. Subscribe now. feels like 50 right now when another subscriber comes in. So anything you can do to help would be greatly appreciated. And let's hope this isn't the last video.